never stop learning. I know Dr. Ratna, for example, is an avid learner even now. A person who is called the doyen of education and research in speech and hearing in this country, a person who has set up institutes not just here but also elsewhere in the country, never stops learning. And this should be the kind of role model that you should adopt and make learning and lifelong learning as a commitment from internet as you go along. You have learned from your patients, but you'll also have to learn from several others who will come your way. Your contemporaries, your co-researchers from other countries, learn from conferences, learn from participatory workshops, and these are things that will always assist you. That is one option, that in terms of continuation of your education and never ceasing to learn. Should I continue a profession in teaching, make research as a profession, take up something else altogether? Why not? So this also is an opportunity. There is nothing to stop a graduate, a postgraduate, or a PhD holder in speech and hearing from taking a degree which is entirely different but connected. For example, a master's in public health. Can allied health be separated from public health? Can speech and hearing be separated from, let's say, clinical research? So these are all connected fields that you will get opportunities to choose between. And when you make that choice, let it be a deliberate and conscientious invisible tax that a government imposes on corporates, saying that please spend at least 10% of your earnings on certain societal requirements and call it as CSR. But as individuals in the society, we owe the society a debt, and this debt is lifelong. It can never be repaid. To say that now, for all that they do, we owe them something more. And this is a kind of responsibility that you should take with you. And I'm not telling that it should be a monetary giving back to the society. Give your time, give your resources, give your expertise in whichever field you are, be it special school, be it training or mentoring your juniors, but nevertheless, the kind of ethics and morality that you carry into profession becomes a part of that societal responsibility. So be responsible health professionals, be responsible and ethical teachers, and above all, be good citizens of the country. I wish you the best.
Now we move on to the presentation of gold medals, given to recognize the hard work and sincere efforts of some very deserving students. To do the honors, I would like to call upon Dr. H. Nagendra, the Chancellor of Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samasthanam.
The Srimati TV Alamelu Gold Medal is awarded to Miss Nikita N. for scoring the highest marks in the course of speech production of MSc, Speech Language Pathology. The Dr. R. Sundar Gold Medal is awarded to Ms. Veena S. Ramkumar for securing the highest marks in the course of Speech Language Processing of MSc Speech Pathology.
Fortunate to have amongst us today Dr. H. Nagendra, whose phenomenal journey can be succinctly summed up with the words from NASA to Vyasa. May I now please request Dr. H. Nagendra to ascend the podium and address the gathering.
My dear brothers and sisters, what a delight it is to see you graduating after your hard work under the wonderful, great luminaries here on the stage, Dr. Vinod Bhatt and Ratnadi, and in their presence, you are ennobled by this wonderful day of convocation or graduation. Speech and hearing are the two main dimensions of our expression. And you have developed yourselves in these two dimensions in a very appropriate way. And it is this that helps you to serve the society in future. Our ancient wisdom base brings about new methods as to how we can develop our speech and hearing. Yoga Shastra, the science of yoga and spirituality, is the greatest contribution of India to world thought and culture, and it gives us the new dimensions as to how we can develop these two dimensions of great communication. The objective of this communication should be to elevate human beings from getting sick to prevent different diseases, disorders on one side, and to promote positive health and move towards perfect health. And for this to happen, you have to work at all the levels, not only at the physical level, but at the prana level, the mind level, the emotional level, intellectual level, and to reach the highest level of perfection. And that is our original source from where all of us have born. That source from where the whole creation has come. That, Patanjali called it as Kaivalya, probably Buddha called it the Nirvana, the Vedanta calls it the Moksha, science calls it pure consciousness. The development process should be not merely to improve our speech as such, but that speech should help you to help people to raise themselves to greater heights from our normal level to become great human beings, super divine human beings, and reach the divinity itself. So Vivekananda said the goal of life is to manifest that divinity hidden within all of us. All of us have tremendous potential. And that is where yoga comes into picture as a systematic, scientifically developed modalities thousands of years back in our country. And if we can adopt these techniques of yoga that are available in our ancient texts of yoga, then you can add the dimensions of modern modalities of speech and hearing development into the higher dimensions. How it is done? Yoga, essentially according to Patanjali, is to gain mastery over the mind. There are two dimensions to the mastery. One is to make our mind very sharp, brilliant, faster mind, quicker mind, dynamic mind, faster mind. This all we have been doing to increase our sharpness, brilliance and others. At the same time, we have neglected the second part to calm down the mind, silence the mind, tranquil the mind, pacify the mind. As a result, we have grown gigantic on one front. Another side, we have just been in embryonic stage. This creates a big imbalance, which is the root cause for most of these modern NCDs that we have today. So what is the way out? We have to increase our dimension to calm down the mind, silence the mind, tranquil the mind. Mana prashamana upayaha yogaha, as it's defined by Vasishtha. And in this process of total development, yogaha, chitta vritti nirodha, Patanjali had these two dimensions brought forth. In our modern education system, unfortunately, we see that we have grown gigantic on one front. I get a lot of youngsters from outside, the children and others, who are so good. It's a thrill to meet them and give them a job. Immediately they will go and finish the work. They're so good, so dynamic. But I ask them to sit quiet for 5 minutes, no chewing gum in the mouth, no Walkman in the ear, no iPad in the hand. What do you say? is the biggest punishment we give them. Why? Because we had only one wing and we are trying to fly on only one wing. So in our education system, we had to bring this second dimension. Then we have a harmonious and total development of the personality. Realizing this thing, which is very, very necessary to be included in our education system, our Prime Minister brought forth this suggestion to make yoga the World Yoga Day. As all of you know, in one single speech, he was able to attract a large number of people, 173 countries endorsing that yes, June 21st should be the International Day of Yoga. And what a tremendous response. He himself was telling nearly 45 countries, Islamic countries, not only accepted but endorsed and supported this suggestion. And the UN had no choice except to declare June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. Then he said it's not just be a day's celebration, but this entire dimension should go into the very infrastructure of our education system. Therefore, he told the HRD ministry that yes, it should go into the education system. We had a good opportunity to bring all the yoga masters together to prepare the syllabus for that and bring out the simple books to start up. Then came the higher education system in the university level, how to bring in yoga at the bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctoral program, and the UGC made a committee and brought all the experts to see how best we can bring yoga to the higher levels. And 6 central universities today have now been accorded recognition to start the Department of Yoga, and yoga is going to go in a big way. And many of you may know that now the NET also has come up on this January 22nd, there's going to be the NET examination for people to become yoga teachers in this thing. This dimension of yoga has to be brought into education system, and it will add new dimension of our Indian heritage research. There has been tremendous amount of research that has undergone in the field of yoga, and Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan, our yoga university, is the lone of its kind. We have done extensive research to show that yoga has evidence base by using the modern modalities of research methodology, randomized controlled trials and several other things. We have been able to publish papers in the highest and the best of the journal like British medical journals and others. So as the Institute of High Order, you must see that the research should be promoted more and more, and we should be able to publish the research papers in the best of the journals of the world, Nature, New England Journal, Lancet, and several other things. This is how the Institute can raise to the highest heights of the research dimension. And something very unique of India should be promoted and developed in a big way, and that is the new direction that this Institute should take. And with this, probably I have been taken as one of the members of this governing council. Thank you very much, Savitriji, for bringing me here to share some of these thoughts. And you are all most welcome to our Prashanti Kuteram campus, which is a 100-acre campus we have in Bangalore near Digni. And you will be most welcome to see how we have been able to develop the best of the research labs to measure all aspects of body. For example, we deal what is happening in the brain at all levels, and we have autonomic nervous system, the biochemistry, and the gene expressions and molecular biology, all this happening in the body level. But what is happening at the prana level can also be tracked today by using gas discharge visualizer. Then how the mind is changing can be measured. What is happening to the psychology and what is happening to our Anandamaya Kosha. But all the 5 koshas you will be able to measure, and that's the unique lab that we have set up called Anveshna, and it's one of the best labs in which we can track all aspects. Therefore, you measure what is happening to the human personality at all levels, and thereby you have a total vision, total understanding of the entire system. And that is what we have to do here, and see that we grow from just the Western dimension to the best.